This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Pretty shot there of the Rosemary District and then the city of Sarasota downtown skyline off in the distance.
Beautiful shot to wake up to on this Friday morning. Lots of people waking up knowing it is almost the weekend. We are almost here. Some nice weather for the most part, except for Sunday, kind of iffy.
Yeah, John says a sharp turn kicks in on Sunday, right, buddy?
Yeah, it absolutely does. But, you know, on the upside, I guess you could say it'll be a little cooler.
Well, hey, we'll always take that.
Yeah. Always look on the bright side of life, right?
There you go.
We have a couple of showers in progress right now down to the south near Venice, just offshore. So areas around Nokomis, Venice, up through Osprey. You might get a little brief shower as that comes on shore and dies out over the course of the next half hour or so. But it's not a really significant storm by any stretch of the imagination. A lot of sunshine to start off your morning. That'll boost our temperatures rapidly, and we'll get up to another hot afternoon with a daytime high in the low 90s. Feels like temperatures up around 100. Rain chances go up this weekend. Talk about it in a minute.
All right, talk to you soon. Checking Suncoast traffic right now. A bit of a buildup in both directions for some reason on Cortez this morning. So take note of that. Maybe take 64 if you can, or Elcon Parkway. Farther south there, you'll see a buildup on Fruitville, heading eastbound around Tuttle toward Beneva. Otherwise pretty good in that section of Sarasota County. And South County, all clear at 6:02 on your Friday morning.
Topping our news this half hour, just a few hours ago, a crushing defeat for President Donald Trump and the Republican agenda.
Early this morning, by one vote, senators voted against the president, and among those who broke party ranks, Senator John McCain. ABC's Emily Rao has details.
A long night in the Senate, a delayed vote, and no shortage of drama. All eyes on Maverick John McCain, who returned to Washington to take part in the healthcare debate despite his aggressive brain cancer diagnosis.
Clerk will call the roll.
The vote began at 1:24 a.m. and minutes later, McCain, showing no lack of stamina, raising his arm and then lowering the boom on the Republicans' signature promise. No. The dramatic moment eliciting cheers from the Democrats. Along with McCain, Republican Senators Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski also voting no, making the final tally 49-51.
This is, clearly a disappointing moment.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell acknowledging defeat. Republicans reeling from the significant loss and broken campaign promise. Ted Cruz telling CNN,
it's the working men and women who were left behind tonight.
Vice President Mike Pence working the floor for hours, but in the end, no need for his tie-breaking vote, and both sides agreeing it's time to move forward.
It's time to move on.
It's time to turn the page.
President Trump weighing in online, tweeting, 3 Republicans and 48 Democrats let the American people down. As I said from the beginning, let Obamacare implode, then deal. Watch. Senator McCain released a statement revealing more about his decision to vote no, saying the Affordable Care Act was rammed through Congress on a strict party line basis and that Republicans shouldn't make the same mistake that caused Obamacare's collapse. Emily Rao, ABC News, Washington.
Meanwhile, President Trump's tweets on the abrupt reversal in military policy changes regarding transgender service members is causing a lot of outrage. The organization representing Iraq and Afghanistan veterans are calling the move harmful and contrary to American values. Members of Congress say they were not informed of the president's decision in advance. Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, was asked about that transgender ban during a press conference yesterday. He says he's waiting to see what a review between the Department of Defense and the White House entails.
The problem here, or the concern here in the House, was whether or not the military will be forced to pay for these surgical procedures. I share those concerns.
A study by the Pentagon last year found transgender people in the military have had little or no impact on unit cohesion, operational effectiveness, or readiness. Top military commanders say there will be no immediate change in policy despite the commander-in-chief's tweets. And President Trump praising a deal that he says will create thousands of jobs here in the U.S. He's announcing the electronics giant Foxconn will build a $10 billion factory in Wisconsin. The company is based in Taiwan and best known for assembling Apple iPhones in China. The factory is expected to initially create 3,000 jobs, which would make it the largest economic development project in Wisconsin's history. The campus would cover almost 2 miles, which is roughly 3 times the size of the Pentagon. That factory is scheduled to open in 2020.
It is 6:05 now. An update on the Ohio State Fair tragedy. Now here's some video released of the accident Wednesday night that killed one person and injured several others. Riders on the thrill ride called the Fireball were spinning in the air, then suddenly an entire car broke off and they went down to the concrete below. Ohio's governor has ordered all rides at the fair closed until the investigation is complete. Additional safety inspections can be conducted. Other fairs nationwide are being cautious as well. So far, 7 states have suspended or issued moratoriums on fair rides. The ride passed inspection just hours before the accident.
Delta Airlines is suspending service to Venezuela indefinitely. That's according to a leaked document now confirmed on Delta's Twitter account. The July 25th document notified Venezuelan officials that Delta's last flight into the country will be on September 16th. Travelers are now asking Delta about that change, and the company responded on Twitter, quoting, "Delta will notify customers booked for travel after September 16th to discuss options."
It appears issues with the recalled Takata airbags are hitting closer to home. A crash happened last week in Holiday, northwest of Tampa. The victim was in a 2002 Honda Accord when the crash happened and the airbag inflator ruptured. Now, if the airbag caused the driver's death, it will be the 19th worldwide and 13th in this country blamed on the inflators. Takata inflators can explode with such force it spews shrapnel inside the car. The defective inflators have been part of the largest automotive recall in U.S. history. That recall involves 19 types of cars between 2002 and 2015.
The state of Florida continues to shell out big bucks for losing lawsuits. Since Governor Rick Scott took office, the state has paid at least $19 million to cover expenses and fees for opposing lawyers. That includes $12 million to attorneys who represented pediatricians. The state also agreed to a $2 million payment that would go to lawyers who sued on behalf of disabled inmates. Florida has also paid more than $800,000 to the American Civil Liberties Union.
More medical marijuana dispensaries opening in Florida. Knox Cannabis opened its newest storefront in Tallahassee yesterday. The firm is one of 7 companies now selling medical marijuana in Florida. There are about 20 pot shops across the state, with more opening each month. The company founder says the goal is to help those suffering with certain medical issues.
It's about helping patients. It's really, this all gets down to patients in need in the state and patients who need medication, a natural form of medication that don't have all the side effects that modern pharmaceuticals have.
Despite voters approving this measure, the city of Sarasota has placed a moratorium on dispensaries within the city.
Good news this morning for renters in Pasco County whose homes were swallowed by a massive sinkhole earlier this month. 2 renters will be able to recover some of their belongings, as a Pasco County official says debris from the sinkhole will be taken to a landfill where the renters can then go through the contents at their own risk. In the meantime, county officials are still deciding what to do with that sinkhole in Land O'Lakes, and possibilities range from doing nothing to connecting it to a nearby lake. Families in 3 other homes were also displaced because of risk to their homes.
And Boynton Beach police have released body cam footage of an officer making a daring rescue. Watch this. Officer Alfredo Vargas was called to a house to wrangle a nuisance gator. He has experience. 13 years ago, he took a training course. Vargas used his work to use a click noise to mimic the sound of a baby gator to try and get the thing away from the door so he could catch it. But the rope slipped up several times.
It normally gets alligators to react because they're very protective of the young. I just try to cover its eyes, calm the alligator down a little bit.
Easier said than done. Fortunately, his technique worked. The gator soon stopped fighting, and Vargas grabbed it with his bare hands. He took the gator to a nearby canal, removed the tape from its mouth, and gently put it back in the water. All in a day's work.
He did that all by himself. He didn't even call for backup. I would have been calling all sorts of backup for me.
Yeah, like a gator catcher. Well, I guess he is a gator catcher.
I
Took
guess
the class,
so.
huh?
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
I didn't know that
neat.
clicking noise
No.
made
I didn't know that either.
like that, yeah.
Apparently, same thing with squirrels. You can, tap
Really?
coins together and it'll call a squirrel.
Huh. Who would have thought?
I don't know. I guess the squirrel thinks you're nuts.
Oh,
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
purpose.
Thank you.
that one coming.
No, it's just.
Is that true?
Yeah, apparently it is.
True?
Apparently it is. You can click it and
That was
it'll
nice.
come.
Very nice.
Anyway, we have some rain showers coming your way over the weekend. We'll talk about in a sec.
Also, still ahead, more backlash against a new MTV reality show about Siesta Key.
We'll tell you about the public outcry coming from residents ahead of the show's premiere when we come back.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beauty Rest, Eye Comfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has answered calls for recovery and treatment 24/7, 365 days a year. If you're depressed, drinking, using drugs, or taking pills, call now and talk to someone who cares.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Most insurance covers substance abuse. You can get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call 800-622-1941. 800-622-1941.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC 7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Warm and humid, hot, hazy, humid. That's the name of the game again today. 78-degree air temperature, dew point coming in at 73 now. At least the dew point is down a couple of degrees, but still, you know, very warm and sticky outside. And I think as we head into the afternoon again, we're going to see feels like temperatures breaking the 100-degree mark once again. East wind coming in at 5 is light enough. We'll see the sea breeze build in the afternoon, bringing us a westerly wind flow, pushing showers into inland locations. Temperatures most everywhere are uniformly in the upper 70s. 77 Wauchula, Mayaca, 77. Then you get closer to the coastline and Lakewood Ranches at 78, so Sarasota, Venice at 79, Inglewood at 80, Longboat Key at 81, Bradenton at 77, so's Parrish, Punta Gorda and Northport coming in the upper 70s as well. We had a little bit of troughiness that's located on the eastern seaboard. Boy, that's been there a long time. And that's still there again today, part of a frontal boundary and upper level trough of low pressure that's persistent It's really not a player for our weather today or tomorrow. For us, we still have a couple of showers that are lingering out in Gulf waters and a few of them trying to make it onshore. We had one that moved onshore near Venice, and we have another one about to do so, but the tendency will be for these to kind of fall apart as they move over land. So you may get a brief shower or a sprinkle, not much more than that. Nokomis, Osprey, Venice, all in line for maybe a little bit of a brief rain over the course of the next half hour, 45 minutes. Otherwise, we stay in the warm, dry air again today and tomorrow. But changes are coming our way, and they'll come our way in the form of a little bit more moisture coming into the mid-levels of the atmosphere, which has been keeping us fairly dry because the upper levels of the atmosphere are dry. So we're going to moisten that up by taking that high-pressure ridge and sinking it south, bringing us a persistently west wind. Then we're going to take this trough of low pressure located to the north, and as that low kind of scoots across the stalled frontal boundary, it'll drag down this frontal boundary back behind it. That frontal boundary will lose steam in North Florida, and it'll stall. With that stalled frontal boundary to the north, with the high located down to the south, with more moisture in our atmosphere, the rain machine gets going again full blast. And by the time we hit Sunday, our rain chances more than double. And as we head into next work week, that trend continues as that front basically doesn't move for at least 3 or 4 days. So by the end of the week, next week, some places will probably pick up 3, 4, maybe more inches of rainfall. So again, we're gone from a dry weather pattern to a very wet weather pattern starting on Sunday. We're looking at 2 or more days before the rains start. Best rain chances will be inland today, and then next week, kind of wet. Those are the highlights. Today, a couple of showers near the coast, followed by inland showers that drive off toward the other coastline. Same thing again tomorrow. Maybe a few more showers around, and then we wait for this trough of low pressure on Sunday to help bring us better rain chances. And as I mentioned, along the west coast of Florida, where that west coast wind will develop, we'll probably have very good chances of seeing some 2-3 inch rainfalls. Forecast calls for a 30% chance of showers today, near the coast at first, followed by inland showers in the afternoon. Daytime highs warm and sticky. And then as we head into Sunday, there you go, we'll look at 60% chance of showers on Sunday. Even Saturday night, we could pick up some pretty good rainfall during the overnight. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all having excellent rain chances. But cooler temperatures anyway. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Your normal slowdowns in Manatee County as you go through State Road 70 and 301, I-75 looking good, as well as 41 and Cortez Road. There are some slowdowns as you head into downtown Bradenton, so keep that in mind if you're heading into that area. Looks like actually there's some slowdowns on Siesta Key, which is odd for this time in the morning. Also, Bee Ridge and Clark Road heading towards the interstate, seeing some slowdowns as we head into South County. Pretty quiet throughout that area, just your normal morning commute at 6:18 on your Friday morning. And we're now just days away from Siesta Key's debut as a MTV reality show, with the first episode airing this Monday night.
Can't wait. And several promos have drawn mixed reactions from visitors and residents. Our Adam Cellini explains.
It's Siesta Key like you've never seen it before.
I'm actually really excited to see what goes down in Siesta.
I kind of had to shut it off early because it was just not accurate at all.
MTV's new show, centered around 8 college students home for the summer, is generating some buzz.
You got to be a pretty big deal for TV, so it's kind of cool to hear that Siesta Key's going to be on there.
And criticism, especially from lifelong resident and video blogger Louis Carey, who blasted one of the show's commercials on Facebook earlier this week.
I just kind of was so frustrated that they were making all these false statements.
Cast members claimed weather is 73 degrees year-round on Siesta and shot scenes in the Salty Dog miles away on City Island instead of the original location at the Siesta Village.
If I was the Salty Dog location on Siesta Key, I would kind of be offended that they're calling the other location, which is like 20 minutes away, the one on Siesta Key, because it's on the beach and it looks a little more pretty.
Carrie's rant has earned him nearly 5,000 shares on Facebook and a high five from another resident worried about who the show might attract.
Our beaches get trashed all the time, and I'm constantly doing beach cleanups myself, to be honest, because people leave their trash everywhere and it's disgusting.
But Erica Sarika, who's vacationed here every year since she was born, is excited to see other young adults enjoy the island, especially her sorority sister and cast member Juliet Porter.
It's always been real fun around family, so it's going to be interesting to see how a group of kids my age have fun over here.
The show's first episode airs Monday night on MTV, and love it or hate it, there will certainly be plenty of eyes on it. Everyone we spoke to today said they are looking forward to at least watching that first episode. In the newsroom, Adam Cellini, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
You gonna watch?
Well, it might be a little past my bedtime, but I'll probably watch the next day or anything like that. But can we just talk about how they said 73 degrees year-round?
Yeah.
Not quite.
Not exactly. Maybe once or twice a year.
Yeah.
Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, a woman is recovering after being attacked by a great white shark.
We'll tell you how her boyfriend managed to save her life after this.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
As a singer-songwriter, it's all about creating high-performance art that moves people. Same is true in making gorgeous cars. Fiat designs it. You're the artist.
Choose your palette just about any color combo inside out. No small wonder, state-of-the-art style Fiat.
Now this moves me. Oh, they're playing my song.
Let the art of Fiat move you at Fiat of Sarasota.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Florida Studio Theater presents The Absolute Brightness of Leonard Pelkey, an award-winning Southeastern regional premiere featuring one man and a tour de force performance that audiences are calling spectacular, excellent, and amazing. Critics agree, calling it a brilliant and evocative performance that's both captivating and revealing. The Absolute Brightness of Leonard Pelkey is now playing. Tickets can be purchased by calling 941-366-9000 or by visiting floridastudio.org.
Everything all right? Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery? Sure. We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Pretty shot of this sunset just starting here on, did I say sunset? Sunrise.
Sunset, where are you? It's Friday.
I had a long day yesterday.
You did have a long day yesterday. I'm just wanting to remind everybody that it is Friday. Wake up.
Yes, you've been talking about this since Wednesday.
I'm so excited it's Friday.
We're going to do a special thing on social media at 8 o'clock this morning. We're going to rig up a Facebook Live and talk about events and things going on, and have interaction with you out there.
Yeah. We also have some events going on this weekend, what national days it is, and then we want to talk to you guys about some shows we're looking to get some more information on. So we'd love to connect with you guys. You guys can comment right there and we'll be able to respond back to you. So we hope you'll join us at 8 o'clock on the ABC7 Facebook page as well.
Yeah, 6:24 right now on your Friday morning.
A woman is recovering this morning after being bit by a great white shark off the coast of California.
And now she's speaking out after her boyfriend saved her from near death. ABC's Nick Watt has the story.
In this morning's GMA First Look, an exclusive interview with great white shark attack victim Leanne Erickson and her boyfriend, who saved her life.
I start to paddle for the wave, and Leanne screams behind me.
I felt it grab me and hold me down.
That's how great whites hunt. Drown the prey, then eat.
I just remember thinking about my kids and him, and then trying to push the shark off of me, and I just started digging at, I felt like I was digging at a cup of Jell-O.
And that was the shark's eye?
Yeah.
Why do you think the shark ultimately let you go?
It could have been me hurting it. It could have been my leg giving way.
It might have had a big enough chunk of her flesh.
And coming up at 7 a.m., much more detail on her near-death attack. With your GMA First Look, I'm Nick Watt, ABC News, San Diego.
More pet parents are turning to grain-free Blue Freedom to help their dogs be at their best. Made with the finest natural ingredients, Blue Freedom has no grains, no glutens, and for some dogs, there's no better diet.
You've wished upon it all year, and now it's finally here. The Mercedes-Benz Summer Event is back, with incredible offers on the Mercedes-Benz you've always longed for. But hurry, these shooting stars fly by fast.
Lease the C300 for $399 a month at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Discover Card. Hey, what can you tell me about your new Social Security alerts? Oh, we'll alert you if we find your Social Security number on any one of thousands of risky sites, so you'll be in the know. Ooh, sushi. Ugh, being in the know is a good thing.
Sign up online for free. Discover Social Security alerts.
The Alfa Romeo Quadrifoglio charmed us all and crippled the competition. Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish! In your face, in your face,
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jeffrey Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
ABC 7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice: choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Alfa Romeo got a lot right with the Junior, but the handling alone is sufficient reason to get one. Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, a series of recent burglaries has neighbors in one upscale neighborhood on Siesta Key expressing their fears.
Plus, Manatee County detectives go to South America to arrest a man for a 2013 murder. We'll have reaction from the victim's former supervisor in the clerk of court's office.
And new life for a former night spot in Sarasota. We'll have details on the new owners and their plan for a second run at the historic location. Your Suncoast News starts right now.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Pretty start to the day here on the Suncoast. A little pastel sunrise in progress.
Looks like a nice tie-dye pastel color there.
Yeah, I'll go with
beautiful.
that. Yeah, so enjoy today and tomorrow because what we're hearing from our source in the corner, Sunday sounds like a bit of a washout, right, John?
Yeah.
Well, there certainly will be a lot more rainfall around. Yep, no doubt about it. Our rainfall chances are going to more than double over the course of the next few days. So, yeah, if you got to mow the lawn, go on, get out there and do that this afternoon or tomorrow because, yeah, things are going to change big time. We got one lone shower on the Suncoast right now, coastline of Venice, seeing a little bit of a shower moving onshore there in the dissipating stages as we speak. Otherwise, we're not going to see much more than that over the course of the next half hour, but during the morning hours, we do have about a 30% chance of a shower popping up along the coast. Otherwise, those shower chances move inland in the afternoon. Most of us see nothing but sunshine today and a daytime high in the low 90s. Complete weekend forecast coming up in a few.
All right, talk to you soon. US 301 showing some buildup in the southbound lane heading toward Sarasota County. Let's check farther south now and see how we're doing in mid-Sarasota. Plenty of red there on the map. The Bayfront looking quite busy in both directions, so be aware of that if you're going through that section of US 41. Also, a rare buildup on Siesta Key. It's that new reality show.
Oh, there it is.
Also, Clark Road, buildup there in the eastbound lane heading toward Beneva. Let's check farther south now, and just one spot there between Nokomis and Venice in the northbound lane.
Topping our news this morning, a Sarasota neighborhood near the North Siesta Key Bridge has had its fair share of crimes recently, as well as over the last several years.
Rick Adams tells us where it's happening and how neighbors are reacting.
Well, a string of burglaries here in the San Remo development has put a lot of folks on edge. For people who live here, they're hopeful things like the Neighborhood Crime Watch will help. The beautiful San Remo Estates, with its 67 homes, sits on the bay right near Siesta Key. It's a neighborhood that has experienced at least 7 property crimes this year and around a dozen crimes such as burglaries in the last couple of years.
Attempted break-ins, car theft. We had one actual successful car theft, people breaking into cars, and stolen mail. And it just is happening with a rate and a frequency that's a lot greater than it's been in the past.
For residents like Steve Clavette, these numbers are very concerning. He's lived in San Remo for about 2 years.
We're deeply concerned with the level it is right now. We're transients, we're from Midwest, we're from the East Coast, wherever. And we're not used to seeing these kind of things happen.
San Remo resident Bob Petak says part of the problem is that there's been a large drop in the number of police officers with the Sarasota Police Department compared to a few years ago. He and others are pushing the city for a big increase in the police force.
The more the police are made visible, there's going to be less crime. Is it going to stop all the crime by having more police officers? No, but they're certainly going to be able to keep it under better control.
Police say a lot of these burglaries could be prevented, especially if people are a little more diligent.
In any neighborhood and anywhere today, we're asking our neighbors to make sure they lock their houses, lock all their doors, and lock their cars.
And if you do see anything suspicious in this neighborhood or in any neighborhood, you're being asked to contact your local police department or sheriff's office immediately. Reporting from Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
In Manatee County, a sense of relief after a man wanted in a 2013 murder is arrested in South America. The FBI arrested this man, Andres Calazos, in Colombia and charged him with killing his ex-girlfriend. This woman, Jasmine Catano, was shot and killed in her home in June of 2013. She worked in the clerk of court's office in Manatee County, and the current clerk of court says she is relieved about this arrest.
When someone absconds and leaves the country, you almost wonder, will this ever happen? And it did. And we're all so glad for Jasmine's family that they did catch him, and now they'll see justice.
The Manatee County Sheriff's Office says they learned early on in the investigation that their suspect had fled to Colombia, and they were able to team up with the Colombian authorities and the FBI to arrest him.
Another call to Capitol Hill to save healthcare in Venice. Demonstrators gathered yesterday to urge senators to vote no on the GOP's bill to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act. The rally was organized by the groups Indivisible Venice and Englewood Indivisible. The rally was all part of a nationwide call on senators, specifically Miami Republican Marco Rubio, to reject that health care bill.
I feel for all the families that have people with pre-existing conditions, because they're going to find it hard to find reasonable cost insurance if Obamacare or the Affordable Care Act is done away with.
Now, senators did vote no on that health care bill earlier this morning. However, the group says despite thousands of calls and emails, Senator Marco Rubio still voted yes on these measures.
An update now on the project to install a diamond interchange at the intersection of State Road 64 and I-75. State DOT crews are widening the on and off ramps to the interstate and installing sidewalks and bike lanes on 64. An FDOT spokesman says there will be intermittent lane closures on both roads, but mostly overnight. The work should be complete in about 2 years. The state is just finishing a similar $74 million project on University and 75.
For more than 6 years, Sarasota County, City, and Seminole Gulf Railway officials have not reached an agreement on who will pay for repairs on a stretch of road in North Sarasota. And now residents are caught all in the middle of it. The main area of concern is that the intersection of Myrtle Street and Central Avenue, where the railroad tracks meet. According to residents, the intersection hasn't been fixed in years, but the city says it's a county issue. However, the county says it's the railroad's concern. Back in March, the county met with railroad officials to discuss design and repairs for the area. While the design work is anticipated to be complete in August, the county says funding may not be available for the project anytime soon.
We don't care who does it, the county, the city, the state, federal government, which is a railroad. But it needs to be done, and it needs to be done now. They have enough money for whatever they want to have money for. They have enough money for Benderson.
County officials say they're working on the issue and plan to begin construction by 2019. And 2 firefighters are back on the Suncoast this morning after spending several weeks out west. Firefighters from Sarasota County and Manatee County were among 80 people who recently traveled to Utah to fight devastating wildfires. Crews spent about 2 weeks there working to contain those fires, which burned 13 homes and forced 1,500 people to evacuate. They say being on the line in Utah is much different than being out here in Florida, mainly because of the low humidity and windy conditions. Crews from Puerto Rico and Georgia also made that trip.
We are learning more now about one of Sarasota's oldest former night spots. New owners plan to give it a second run. The 5 O'Clock Club has been sold to the owners of Evie's Restaurant in Sarasota. The father and son team, Steve and Mike Evenhoff, purchased the venue on Hillview Street. That includes the property and its liquor license. He tells us that he's excited to keep the tradition of this location going and add a new era to it, Mike said. The 5 O'Clock Club dates back to 1955. It closed earlier this month. Its former owner, George Generoso, who ran the club for more than 20 years. The Evenhoffs plan to reopen the club on August the 4th. Shark Week at Mote Marine is winding down now. The laboratory is holding its annual Shark Days at Mote. Real sharks, real science. This past week, the event gave people the chance to be up close and personal with the animals through interactive, family-friendly activities. Sharks on display included sandbars, nurse sharks, bonnet heads, which are just like hammerheads. Also, Mote has been going live on Facebook each day for shark feedings.
We want to educate not only the youth in our community, but also adults. There's a lot of misconceptions about sharks out there, and by having people come in and learn about sharks here at Mote, they kind of walk away with a better appreciation for the sharks.
This is Mote's 3rd annual Shark Week, and it ends tomorrow. Happening this morning, the Lee Wetherington Boys and Girls Club in Sarasota hosting its initial Rock the Boat Regatta. 12 teams made up of boys and girls and area CEOs will race homemade boats. Each boat was constructed of duct tape and cardboard over the past couple of weeks. Those who take part have a chance to win awards for most creative and fastest. The event runs from 9 to 11 this morning at the Boys and Girls Club on Fruitville Road, like the old soapbox derby. Make your own craft.
That's right.
Those are always so cool and fun to do when you were a kid.
Yeah, that should be a lot of fun today, and the weather should cooperate nicely.
Oh, good,
Yeah. They keep the water out of the boats, they'll all be fine.
Well, this race might last about 8 seconds if it's cardboard and duct tape.
I know, I know.
Duct tape's pretty amazing, though. Don't sell duct tape short.
I've seen some of the boats,
stuff.
and they are completely covered in duct tape.
Yeah.
I'm talking the entire thing.
Yeah.
2 words, life jackets.
There you go.
We have some rain showers coming our way over the weekend. Probably not the best boating weather on Sunday. We'll talk about that in a few.
All right, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, Larry David went viral last year after his rendition of Bernie Sanders took the internet by storm.
We'll tell you why a new show suggests his impression may be so spot on after this.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AndServices.com.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is rated the safest and most dependable automotive brand, and all Subaru models with eyesight are a 2017 IIHS Top Safety Pick. Right now, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV, a new Subaru Forester, for just $209 a month, or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get Debt-Free Now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
From meeting curious lemurs to feeding big cats and hosing down rhinos, there's never a dull moment. And sometimes these amazing animals chime in.
Watch Animal Outtakes every week on ABC 7.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AndServices.com.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC 7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Tower cam mounted high atop our mast, showing some really gorgeous colors this morning. Absolutely beautiful. We've got a little bit of cloud cover that's hanging out over the Gulf waters particularly, and so, you know, some nice reflection of the sunrise colors on those clouds. Just makes for a gorgeous, gorgeous sunrise. Hope you get a chance to see that. Here's another shot. This is actually a sunset shot sent in to us by a viewer. As I was discussing on my Facebook page, John Scalzi, ABC 7, crepuscular rays the other day, and she sent this in for us. Nice shot of crepuscular rays. Those are the rays emanating from a setting sun, or a rising sun for that matter, kind of peeking through a deck of clouds. Breaks in the clouds allow those rays of light to pass on by and then moisture in the atmosphere, dust particulates or whatever, kind of disperse and reflect some of that light and allow for that beautiful, beautiful kind of crepuscular ray scene that you see there. Absolutely gorgeous. I love crepuscular rays, one of my favorite atmospheric optics. Current conditions, warm and muggy. Surprise. 78 degrees, the air temperature, dew point coming in the mid-70s, a little bit of cloud cover out there, but rain showers have been kept pretty much at bay throughout the night. We have had a little bit of rainfall down around the Venice area, but other than that, your roadway should be fairly dry this morning. 76 degrees in Wauchula, Arcadia at 75, 76 in Myakka Parish, Bradenton at 77, so is Lakewood Ranch and Northport. We have 80 degrees in Inglewood, 81 degrees in Longboat Key. Venice comes in at 79. We're on our way to a warm day today after we mix away some of this cloud cover, which we will pretty quickly as the sun rises and the atmosphere kind of folds over itself. We'll start to see more sunshine boosting daytime high temperatures up to, again, low 90s. And the feels like temperature up around 100, so be sure and stay hydrated. By the way, at this time of year, you know, it's very easy to suffer heat exhaustion. Not necessarily heat stroke, though it can lead from heat exhaustion. And I put some of the warning signs on my Facebook page about what to watch for in the event that you get heat exhaustion, because it can sneak up on you pretty quickly sometimes. I know when I'm out in the yard kind of working hard during the middle of the afternoon, it can get a little dicey there if you're not drinking lots of water, right? Showers out in Gulf waters, a few of them making it close to land right now. But again, as I mentioned, these are kind of weak showers, and the tendency is for them to die out as they get closer to land. So near Nokomis, up through Osprey, down toward Venice, maybe a little sprinkle this morning, leaving some of your roadways just a little bit damp. It's been a while since we've had a good washing rain near most of the coastline. So be careful of these light sprinkles. They can cause the roadways to get pretty slick. Over the next several days, the rain machine is going to click on. This trough of low pressure is going to sink south and stall out over North Florida. And a high pressure ridge is going to be forced to move a little bit further to the south, kind of weakening that suppressive quality that has had on our rains. Plus, we're going to moisten up mid-levels of the atmosphere. Add it all up together, and it means our rain chances are going to more than double. As we head into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, it'll be a wet period coming our way, and perhaps as much as 3 to 4 inch rainfalls will be noticed. 2 more days before we get those rains. Best rain chances today will be inland, and then next week, kind of a wet start to the work week. Showers move into inland areas away from the coast later today, and then as we head into Sunday, rain chances start to increase Saturday night, and Sunday we'll watch for that trough of low pressure to really get things going. Extended range forecast shows the effect of those rain showers in lowering our temperatures a little bit as we head into next week. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Taking a look at traffic in Manatee County, 301 heading north and southbound, seeing your biggest slowdowns. State Road 70 looking good, as well as I-75 and 41 as you head towards Cortez Road. In Sarasota County, we can see some congestion building on 41 where that 301 split is. Also Fruitville heading towards the interstate. Looking pretty good as we head into South County. Just your normal slowdowns throughout South County at 6:47 on your Friday morning. In this hour's Health Smart, a new study on male fertility suggests sperm counts have dropped by more than 50% over the last 40 years.
The study also shows the rate of decline is not slowing down either. The numbers were not good in continents like North America, Europe, Australia, and New Zealand. The numbers did not go down in South America, Africa, and Asia. Researchers suggest it could be due to exposure to certain chemicals, smoking, stress, and even obesity.
And the World Health Organization warns that a resistance to HIV drugs is on the rise. A new report shows 6 out of 11 countries surveyed reported that more than 10% of people on antiretroviral therapy in their country have a strain of the virus that's resistant to drugs. Researchers say the most rapid increase in resistant cases of HIV was found in southern and eastern Africa. The organization says resistance to treatment can happen when people do not have access to high-quality HIV treatment and care and cannot take their full dose of medication.
Entertainment news now, an update on a Justin Bieber incident where he drove into a photographer.
That's right. Police say Bieber accidentally hit the man with his pickup truck in Beverly Hills on Wednesday night. The 57-year-old photographer was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Video taken at the scene shows Bieber kneeling beside the injured man, asking him for any help. Bieber had announced earlier this week he was canceling the last several weeks of his Purpose World Tour due to unforeseen circumstances.
Singer Katy Perry is set to host the MTV Video Music Awards next month. Not only will she do that, she'll also perform as well. Her first time hosting, and she also might take home some trophies as well. She's nominated in 5 different categories. The VMAs air August 27th from the Forum in Inglewood, California.
And now we know why Larry David's impression of Bernie Sanders is so good. Okay, get this, I did not know this. They are related. On an upcoming episode of PBS show Finding Your Roots, David found out that he's actually tied to the senator from Vermont, but David couldn't remember the exact link, saying Sanders is likely a third cousin. David repeatedly imitated Sanders on Saturday Night Live during the presidential campaign. His show, Curb Your Enthusiasm, is set to return in October, and I bet that would be an awkward conversation among cousins.
Yeah.
And yeah, kind of made fun of them.
Yeah, they look alike, they sound alike. I don't think Alec Baldwin, though, is related to Donald Trump.
No.
Right.
But that's got to be awkward.
10 to 7 right now, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast. We'll update your day's local news headlines, and a Florida couple is fighting to keep their pet pigs after a neighbor said they're nothing more than smelly farm animals.
We'll tell you what a judge recently said about the case when we come back.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Detoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetzy. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
40 million. That's the number of free phones still available and the number of how many Americans can still get prescriptions free.
Free could be wonderful.
That's why I'm still working at 77 years old to pay off my prescriptions.
I needed to have a prescription filled and I had to leave because I couldn't afford it.
Call now and see what's available for you. Free prescriptions. Over 10 million people get prescriptions free, and the program has expanded so another 40 million can. Free dental. Over 15,000 dentists have provided over $330 million in free dental work. Free cell phones. 40 million free cell phones are still available with free minutes and more.
Free cell phone would change my life right now because it is something I cannot afford to get.
Medical supplies like back braces, knee braces, and diabetic supplies may be covered too. The free RX Plus hotline has saved callers over $12 million on their prescription costs. These free programs are now available to 40 million more people. Call now.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Start your day with a new Good Morning Suncoast team. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Look at that. Suddenly I want fried eggs and bacon for breakfast.
What?
Looks like an egg.
It does look like an egg. I thought it was a beautiful, beautiful sunrise this morning.
I think you're right.
Would be nice to have some eggs and bacon with a nice warm cup of coffee.
Oh, it does sound good suddenly.
Yeah.
After the show. 6:54 on your Friday morning. Glad you're with us.
Here are some of the top stories we're following for you on the Suncoast today.
A man wanted for a 2013 murder in Manatee County has been arrested in South America. The victim worked in the local clerk of court's office.
Plus, an update on the project to install a diamond interchange at the intersection of State Road 64 and I-75. State DOT crews are widening the on and off ramps to the interstate and installing sidewalks and bicycle lanes on 64. The work is scheduled to be complete in about 2 years.
And it should be a fun day at the local Boys and Girls Club in Sarasota. The inaugural Rock the Boat Regatta features kids and CEOs racing homemade boats made out of cardboard and duct tape. It runs from 9 to 11 this morning.
All right, taking a look at traffic this morning. State Road 70 heading towards 301, seeing an increase in cars on the roadway. Also in downtown Bradenton, but I-75 looking clear as we head into Sarasota. Pretty quiet throughout that area. Just some slowdowns around Business 41, or around 41 rather, towards the Bayfront, and in South County, pretty quiet throughout that area. John?
About a 30% chance of a shower near the coastline in the morning, moving inland later in the afternoon. Daytime highs again warm in the low 90s. Over the course of the weekend, Sunday, the rain machine clicks on and brings us good chances of rainfall, heavy at times right straight through the beginning of next work week.
All right, finally, a Pembroke Pines couple is celebrating after being allowed to keep their miniature pet pigs.
Woo.
The city had first ordered the couple to remove the animals after a neighbor complained they didn't smell very good, but a judge then ruled these pigs are not farm animals, they are pets. In fact, each pig has its own bed in the master bedroom. Do you recall the pig's name on Green Acres, John, that Eddie Albert had?
I do not.
Arnold.
Arnold. There you go.
Arnold.
That's right.
All right.
You know, supposedly, I've known people who have had pigs as pets, and they can be, you know, litter trained, and they're pretty smart.
All right. We leave you now with a picture of a brand new hotel opening this morning on the Bayfront. The Westin is in among that at 41 in Ringling.
All right, stick around. Good Morning America is coming up next. Have a great and wonderful weekend.